Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the one, the only Azothan, and you are dealing with the shoutcasting god of tits and wine. Hello. Pleasure to see you guys. Last we left off, the Horde had decisively won in Northern, whereas the North Alliance took a pretty good victory against the South Alliance. Admittedly, they did not manage to steal the crown, which they had within their grasp, but they held on. They got a lot of experience. They managed to do a lot of damage, but with the Horde pressing in from the south, I just don't know. Let's go ahead and speed this up a little bit until we see how this turns out. Our yellow player still sitting at 2-3 upgrades, and our dark green player at 5-6. He's tanking, yellow's doing the damage. In the north, we have purple, who has 4-7 upgrades. He's doing the tanking. ARLT with 3-2, he's doing the healing and the damage. And our really, I just think orange is a caster player at this point. They're, yeah, he's a caster player at this point. Geomancers would be hugely useful here, because whatever real damage is going to be done by the range and the overtime damage. So healing shield, as silly as it might sound, would be more effective to place on their front line than it. I don't know actually if that's true or not. Because Spirit Link and Chain Heal, I feel like the Horde has this huge advantage when it comes to healing. Throwing a healing ward on the front, Jesus, and healing wards. Oh, I forgot healing wards on top of Chain Heals, on top of Chain Link, on top of Resurrection. Okay, no, it's fine. That's how the Horde works. They're this huge, cohesive mass of units that work together in the interest of the Horde. And then the Alliance is just this kind of conglomerate of these mixed up things. They've got paladins and elves and rangers and humans, and mages and warriors. And they're just doing their best. And even this knight really doesn't really know what he's doing in the front line. I just hope the chain heals last long enough that I do enough damage. That we hope. Karen died, so we won. Woo! My mama don't like you, she likes everyone. And I never like to admit that I was wrong. Oh shit! Yellow, why you guys gotta do this? It's very obvious that the North Alliance is not the biggest danger here. It's the Horde. And everyone always underestimates the Horde. Please, Anasterian, throw on your mana shield, do something, don't die. Running away is good too. I like that one. Yellow backs up. Dark green kind of trying to recuperate what he lost. He understands the Zeppelins are a massive advantage for him. It's really the only AoE damage he has that is effective against the backline casters, which support the North Alliance. If you can take out the High Elf Mages, you can take out Orange's units, you take out those, North Alliance doesn't have jack shit, honestly. And Pyrewood's going to sit here just asking to get eaten. Orange backs up wisely, understanding that Bloodlusted Orcs with 5-4 are nothing to play with. 5-6 are a great player. Yo, Jesus. Just a good game, said the replay. The dark green player, however, did not feel free to mention the fact that the North Alliance are the real MVPs of this game. They're constantly being pushed back. I think Dalaran's just sort of effed. Unless green and orange manage to hold this amazingly well. Which they could, don't be wrong. There's still a Dalaran Elite Tower up. Green has a lot of units. The Violet Citadel's aura does great damage. But if pink and gray manage to get their full force in here, especially with the Farseer's chain healing, it's going to be rough. I think purple would have to port in. Creepy, creepy. Something lurks in the shadows, my lord. Lotarogar, and all the voices I usually like to do. Alright, fine. Orange is like, you know what, it's okay. They're totally wrecking my base, but you should definitely chase me away with the small number of units I have. So ARLT, probably desperately trying to figure out how to get out of here. Does he have the money to teleport? He does, and there should be a okay. Orange, what is your choice? Archmage being the only one left alive, they're going to basically give up on the Violet Citadel, just hoping that the portal or the aura will do as much damage as it can before they have to give up. Alright, I think that was Orange being given the money so he could teleport out. No, don't GG out. Green seemingly not believing he needs a teleport. Get the fuck out of it. Did you buy the wrong one? You buy the wrong... Your Onyx. What did you buy that you didn't... What the fuck? Onyx. Where's all that money? Green's like, buy a goddamn teleport. You have 300. You have exact...
Our town is under siege.
Come on. No. Orcs don't necessarily win because holy crap, the flank from the South Alliance here, I didn't realize it was going on at Dalaran. ARLT pokes his head up for just a second to see what is happening, and he realizes, that's right, our killers are being killed by our killers. What are the odds? Rexar will die. I mean, there's no way he's getting through that North Alliance line, right? No! No, Rexar. No. Rexar's like, ooh, you would not believe the things I've seen. Dwarven buttocks so hairy, it puts a Kodo beast to shame. I mean, I don't know that Kodo beasts actually grow hair. But wherever they do, it's probably very thick. Unlike, you know, my thing. Whatever I got going. South Alliance happy with their healing wards. The Horde probably not used to dealing with the fact that they're going to be able to fight explorers who have ranged magic damage, and that's not a thing. Upgradable round ranged magic damage is not usually a thing, and that's one of the advantages that the South Alliance has, is that the explorers can get more damage every upgrade. And generally, magic damage doesn't work that way just because of how goddamn effective it is. Whoa, okay, we see the Horde having a bit of trouble here with the South Alliance. Oh, there's a lightning storm. Is it enough to push them back? Often enough, the graphic is enough to freak me out and I run away. But they just keep pushing. But with Green joining, will they be able to do some damage? Enough so. We are hardly what? We are hardly what now? Okay, I don't get to see what everyone was saying, but that's fine. My mom don't like you and she likes everyone. Damn it, Justin Bieber, you wrote a song I like. I just have to deal with it. Yeah, South Alliance kind of wrecking everybody's Everleague shit right now. The Horde seems to be in a good spot, but I don't see Slapaho where he needs to be. He's got Rexar on the front lines, but he lost the other two heroes. And honestly, you want to keep your heroes around, especially Rokon for the healing, Grommash for the AoE, and hero targeting if you should desire. Yo saying they should re-go at them again. He has Dagron Thracian. He chose the Dark Iron Mastery. Where's Orange? Onyx the Dark might have teleported out a little bit too... no, he's pushing into count. Weird choice, considering the South Alliance is just wrecking everybody's doo-doo. Magic damage continuing to prove to be effective. The healing wards and just the two of them working together. It's harder to get 3 players to work together than it is to get 2. It's one of the advantages of the South Alliance. I've always preferred it anyway. Trying to get 3 players, I really feel that's a difference. I feel that that is a significant difference. A lot of people are like, oh, the South North Alliance shouldn't be good because, you know, they should all be working together, but if they don't, then they lose. It's like, yeah, but fuck me. Do you have any idea how hard it is to communicate that to someone you're not on Skype with, or to coordinate that? It's tricky. Damn tricky. And if you like... Okay guys, so I don't know what happened, but I thought I'd finished recording everything and I was going to save it tonight, and then I realized, oh, that's right, we didn't actually save everything, so let's go ahead and slow it down and show the final climactic battle between the Horde and the Alliance. Here we can obviously see that things aren't going too great for either side of the most. It's a very back and forth battle, but Gray does have his basics here. The only problem being that Slapaho, let's go ahead and click on him, his level 11 Grommash, his level 9 Rokan are both dead. He's got a level 8 Rexar. That's great, that's fine. Avrion managing to hold on to a level 8 Karen and a level 10 War Chief Thrall, both very good, but Vol'jin, his healer, is unfortunately down. Now, what they are versus Level 11 High Lord Full Bar Bolvar War Dragon. 12 King Variant Stormwind. And 10 Galen Trollbane. All of them have their ultimates. All of them are going to F the ever-living hell out of everyone. Fiamato not messing around either. Level 11 King Bronzebeard. Level 9 Dogron Thrasian. And level 11 Murden Bronzebeard. I think the heroes alone are probably going to dictate this battle. I mean, while we're at it, since I am the god of tits and wine and people are talking about me drinking on stage, let's go ahead and pour the very, very, very last of this bottle. The last of this bottle is not going to fit in the glass, so... There you go. Green's still holding on. I say ARLT and Anarchy, they're not done yet. And I got to admire them for that. They're just holding here in the ruins of Dalaran, hanging out, waiting for the inevitable. And Avrion's got all of his horde forces hanging outside Gilnea's base. The tree's not going to do much to hide the pain, the damage, scariness. Fiamato doing a little scouting with his mortar teams. I like that. Keeping himself in form and keeping them near the front line so that they can take out the Farseers. Now, Farseers are the crux of this army. That chain heal, that lightning storm, that's what makes the other aspects of this army difficult. If you take out that hero group, not much really bothers you. Let's slow this one down. North Alliance, or South Alliance rather, is going to rush in here. Headlong. Flying Machine's going to do their job, but really they want to get the AoE damage here on the back lines, take out the catapults, do what they can. Crown of Stormwind going and used. Unfortunately, it was not lost before. And Vol'jin running back to the front lines, hoping that his mana regen is going to do something, but it's too much damage. It's too quick. Let's look at it. We can see so much crushing damage dealt to Pink's units. He has to retreat. There's no other option. Not much can shoot up, and the Zeppelins are just wreaking havoc on his armies. Meanwhile, Orange establishing a little bit of a presence that Gray is going to have to respond to. Because there are 3 players versus 2 players, that means that 1 player can always go ahead and attack somewhere else, thereby distracting them, while 2 players deal with 2 players, 1 player is causing problems. The trick is, as the Horde, to attack such an important location that it cannot be ignored by the 3 players. Remember, Onyx the Dark, surprisingly enough, still in the game. All of the North Alliance still in the game at the moment, at least. And here come the North Alliance pushing their way up. Sorry, South Alliance pushing their way up north. I'm gonna get that wrong occasionally. Mostly due to the wine I'm holding in my hand. Oh dear God. Purple with his paladins, he's gonna resurrect everything. But the biggest damn problem that Purple will face here is that nothing he has shoots up except for the towers. So, Griffins, flying machines, definitely a problem. All across the board, nothing can shoot up, and we're gonna see just a destruction in Purple's army. Let's go and speed that up just a little bit. I did take it back. It's hard to hold all of these buttons at the same time. However, I guess I could hold on. Wait, there we go. That alt button and that delete button. I guess I should get used to using that alt button and not putting my wine in the way of the rest of the minimap. Learning experience. Oh, it's just brutal. Look at the. Oh God, the Griffins. It's too much. It's too much AoE damage. It's too much that he can't counter. Magni's AoE goes off. I wanted to say Murden. And Purple is just sort of left with only his hero group. He's forced to retreat. Now, he could go ahead and get some orbs. He could do some things to mitigate the problems that this is causing. But right now, the South Alliance is running rampant. I say running rampant. Yeah, running rampant because green and dark green have split. Dark green and yellow have split up. Purple's like, I just want to live, but he's stuck. This is it. They're not going to let him live unless he produces transport ship. He's kind of fucked. Woo! Alright, so Zeppelin's doing their damage. Pink remaining down here in Gilnea. Has really no interest in pushing up at the moment. He wants to regroup, essentially. And Slapaho taking some damage. He's decided to wipe out Orange's presence on Kalimdor, but I feel that his presence pushing against the South Alliance in North would be more beneficial right now. Sure, orange is a tiny threat, but orange is going to teleport all over the map all the time. Jaina Proudmoore is just, she's difficult to deal with. Mass teleport is one of the strongest abilities in any mass multiplayer game you can possibly have. It's why in every single Broken Alliances I play or any game I prefer to have mass teleport, because it allows you to respond appropriately, and that's what matters. And we're gonna see yellow doing a great job taking out the meat shield wall of orange. I think he's dispelling, yeah, he's just mass dispelling all of those water elementals. Very good call by him. The rocks can be dispelled as well, but generally it's considered not a good idea to waste it on that. And orange is kind of fucking stuck. Whoa, where did purple go? Did he bail? He got in a boat and left while orange was like, I'm gonna defend Capital City and probably get effed in the ever-living A while I do it. Okay, and the Dark Iron War Golems, Zeppelins. Okay, look, I'm just saying. This is kind of messed up. It's kind of bloody messed up. My mama don't. Okay, and by the way, some of you were like, oh no, he likes the Justin Bieber star. He's gone to the dark side. Screw you. Love Yourself is amazing. And whoever hasn't watched that, go watch it. Because how do you argue with the line, my mama don't like you and she likes everyone. And I didn't know, I never liked to admit that I was wrong. I'm just saying, I got so caught up in my job, I didn't see what's going on, but now I know I'm better sleeping on my own. So if you like the way you look that much, oh baby, you should go and love yourself. Onyx Dark will teleport out. However, he's really just using the staff teleportation only on Archmage Antonitis, and that's the one to put it on, since now that Dalaran's dead, if he dies, it's GG. He's managed to get out. He loses all of his other heroes, his units, everything. Dalaran dungeons will be taken out here, and we just see tons of North Alliance characters dying. Green chase back. Come on, you can do it, guys. I believe in you. I believe in you, laddie. I know you have the power. And there is the Horde deciding to jump in and cause trouble where they can. Slap a hoe. Come on, where are you? Slapping hoes, I would hope. No, he's just kind of hanging around. I think he's going to use the guy. There we go. And purple leaves. Unfortunately, the North Alliance player, Lordron, calling it quits. Arlt? Okay. Fuck all of you. ARLT is not name that is easy to say when they're... Okay, so Arlt has left. Arlt. It sounds like I'm... like Hodor. I might as well say Hodor. Hodor has left the game. Arlt is not a good name. ARLT sounds way cooler because I imagine it stands for something like all really absolutely ridiculous logistical tactics. Absolutely ridiculous logistical tactics is now ARLT's name because he plays, he/she, I don't fucking know, is a master of tactics. Alright, that's the, okay, absolutely ridiculous logistical tactics is ARLT's real name. And I'll try to remember to say it every single time. Pink going toe-to-toe with some orange's extra units. And then Karen's like, oh, that's right. I'm a fucking dead. Now, where's the units of casting this? Because they're all just going to go buck. Oh, hold on. Where's the hero? Where did you decide to make this choice from? Okay, not horrible, but you got to remember they have a ton of range. He decides to cancel it because he needs to cast Chain Heal himself. That's super important. And he's dead. So it's super not important. Good choice. Oh my god. Pink eating the biggest, brownest dick I've ever seen. Sorry, biggest, darkest, greenish, yellowish penis I've ever seen. Probably should get that checked out. Perhaps a shot or two. Check it out at Planned Parenthood if it isn't canceled in your local area. Or defunded, rather. Ah, it's brutal! What do you do? What do you do when all of your enemies quit? Well, you say a sweet GG and a well played, dude, and you call it a game. I think that's the best choice. South Alliance has made this entire game. It was back and forth, it was weird, but I think ultimately the South Alliance chose their attacks best. While I think that for attacking the weakest player is boring, it is nonetheless the quickest way to success, and they've proven that. So one of the plebs, thank you for setting in this game. I very much enjoyed it. It will be uploaded in the morning to all of you lovely people. I hope you enjoyed. Last Azeroth we'll have until the New Year's, and I will be coming back with new recording equipment and a new attitude, and I think refresh things. And if anyone's interested, I'm gonna have a little bit of personal time after this cast. We can talk. I think we'll round that out time nicely. If you're interested, I will be repeating much of what I will say in a private video scheduled to come out on the New Year. I think maybe that's the best choice. A couple other maps might happen. One of the plebs last in the game. So thank you guys for joining me. This has been the Azothan. We have finished this Azeroth Wars game. I apologize for my... And this is the part where it gets emotional. So if you don't want to see Azothan get a little bit teary with a glass of wine in his hand, and by teary, I mean teary-inish. If you don't watch Game of Thrones, please go check it out. Tyrion is a phenomenal character, and I would like to imagine that I could also apply for the God of Tits and Wine. Now... units produced obviously goes to our red player. 627. It's not anywhere near. It's not a fucking fifth, possibly a tenth of what we've seen created in some of our longer games. But this was a good game. It was very fun. Units killed. He killed as many units as the highest units produced by the highest producing player. I think one of the plebs deserves a huge round of applause for this game. Now, I don't even know if I'm capable of getting as emotional over it as I wanted to. I don't know if I'm at a place to anymore. Honestly, I don't know what I'm doing. But what I am doing is what I should have been doing. I'm going to make the right choices, and I'm going to make the right things a priority. It's been a hell of a year, guys. I started a job last year, and I have just passed my 1-year mark, and I very much expect to pass my 2-year mark at it. But there's also the possibility of moving on to a newer, higher-paying job. I don't know. The position I'm in right now is one of great importance within the company, but I don't think it will pay as well as a position of less importance in a better company. And also just 2014 was not a terrible, but an interesting year. I think you guys heard it in my casts. I think you saw it if you watched BioShock Infinite, especially the very last episode. If anyone's curious, watch the last episode of BioShock Infinite and watch me break down. This channel used to mean a lot to me, and it still does. It still means a lot, actually. And you guys mean a lot. And doing this, I remember telling people at my work one time that I got a message from a person who told me that watching my channel got them through something difficult at a time in their life when they didn't think they could get anything. They didn't think they could get through. And having that one person tell me that it was amazing. But I realized that there was something wrong, because even having that didn't change what I was feeling. It didn't dig me out of the depression that I've been suffering. And just for a brief overview, I dated someone for a great majority of this year, and they did a thing. They did several. They did a dozen things. That made me feel small, unlovable, broken. They made me feel, for the first time, really broken, useless, and just not worthwhile. And at the end of this year, they did a thing that made me feel more unhappy, more betrayed, more broken, and unlovable. I hope the warning was enough to tell you guys to steer clear of the end of this video because of this reason. I will not shed that tear because I promised myself I wouldn't. But here's the thing, the choices that I have to make, the things I have to do, the being with you guys right now, I have work in so short a time. I will get no sleep tonight. But I will do this. I will do the right choice, and I will make the right choice, and you guys and this channel will be the right choice. It's not shed, it's thrown away. I don't know. What do you guys think? What have you been through? What's the worst thing that ever happened to you? Because I'll go ahead and tell you guys right now. I'll share it in the other video, but goddamn, I'll share it at the end of this Azeroth Wars video. I had a person who looked me in the eyes and told me they loved me. I had a person who told me they would never hurt me. Never. And I believed them. And then they left me at home believing a lie while they betrayed me in a way, they betrayed us in a way that was up to this point in my life incomprehensible. I thought it didn't exist outside of a Spanish soap opera or Grey's Anatomy. I didn't know it could exist in that form. I didn't think a person could do that to another person. Not in reality, you know what I mean? Not in And somehow it brought me full circle. I realized that I was so close to recovering. I was so close to being okay, and then they drove away the people that were making me okay. They convinced me that I should isolate myself from the things that mattered and the things that were important, and that, yeah, just that, and don't let someone ever do that to you guys, because God, it sucks, and God, it's the worst, and it's like fighting against the tide of the undead. Sure, you think you're doing well and you feel so much success against conquering these hordes of undead, but it's not really making any bit of a damn difference, is it? But that's the thing, is you have to do the fight, and that's the whole point of Azeroth Wars, isn't it? Is you see that impossible situation, and you ask yourself, am I going to be the person who chickens out? Am I going to be the person who runs away and quits the game, or am I going to be the person who stays in and tries? Am I going to try? Am I going to do my best? And you know what? God damn it, for the first time in my life, I did. I stayed, and I tried, and I violated every comfort and sense of right and rule, like literal rules in my life that I had. But did it matter in the end? I think ultimately that's a choice you make, is what you take away from it. Did what I did matter? And it kind of did. I think I took something away from it. It influenced me to get in contact with someone that I had wronged in much the same way in my past. And tell them no. No, God, no, nothing you could have ever done could have justified the choices I made. It made me look at myself and ask myself, where have I been and what have I done? And what motivated me to do it? And was that fair? Spoiler alert. No. I'm sorry to end this cast with the god of tits and wine getting a bit emotional with you. Imagine me as Tyrion, if you will, scarred, broken, damaged, but nonetheless brilliant and entertaining. And I hope you still find me to be so. I will always be the one, the only, the Azothan. And I will always be happy to have you join me for these games. No matter what crazy, ridiculous, large-scale custom map we're playing, here's the thing to remember. There's a party waiting for you somewhere that will approve of you and appreciate you beyond any idea that you've ever experienced. There are people that will look at you and think you are their world. You'll meet strangers who think you're the neatest thing since sliced bread. All of these things have happened to me in a very short time since these things happened. It doesn't make it easier. And I don't know why I'm trying to be all like philosophical and deep and like, oh, I'm gonna solve their problems. I'm not gonna do any of that actually. But what I'm trying to explain to you is that I have come to a place where I can make the right decisions. I think I am very much the Azothan. It's not true. I'm a man you guys knew, but I'm becoming a one that I think you will also like to know. However, that person hasn't quite figured out where shoutcasting fits into his life. But I know that it will. I know that, god damn it, this is so much fun and it's great and it's cathartic as well. It's good to be able to talk to you guys. And I think some of the comments will probably be weird. And God forbid I ever become something like Day 9 and people comment on this video in the future from a past tense point of view. Because it must seem, my entire journey over the last 2 years must seem like this. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm great, I'm terrible, I'm great, and I just don't show up, and then it's nonsensical. And yet you guys stay and you hang out and you watch and... And thank you. I'll be seeing my family in Tahoe this year. I haven't seen them in 2 years. My family consists of a father who had an anger problem, a mother who had a drinking problem, a sister who, well, frankly, our problems between each other are far too complicated to talk about. But my father is the most brilliant and wonderful, talkative, understanding, wise, knowledgeable person I've ever known. And I haven't seen him in 2 years. He's the reason I use the words I do, with the confidence that I do. He would sit down with me and talk for hours about anything. And I have missed that. My mother is an amazingly strong woman who rose to a position of power in a company dominated by men. She never doubted. She's a skydiving, skiing, snowboarding, snorkeling, bungee jumping badass. My sister is one of the most amazing people I've known because during my time knowing her, she has grown so much. She has become so much more than I think even my family thought she could be. And it is beautiful to watch her blossom. And I haven't seen any of them for more than an hour in the last 2 years. These are the people that helped me grow. They're the ones that shaped me. They are the ones that dictated what I was going to be and the opportunities I would face in life. And I have been stuck in this valley for 2 depressed years, unable to see my family, unable to even gather the energy to go do so. And I know really deep down in my heart that after I go see them, I will feel refreshed, I will feel strong again, and I will feel phenomenal. But it's been too long, and I have been through so much in these 2 years. God, am I looking forward to it. It's going to be amazing. Such a hell of a time. And I will come back from this new year refreshed and happy and strong. And I'm glad I've made the choice to do so. Because you know what? If this channel never takes off, if I never become anything, God forbid, I certainly hope I do. I would love to make this a thing. Without the whole emotional, expulsion that I'm doing right now. More fun and more everything. Thank you all for understanding. And I think we're coming up on 3 years. Are you guys crazy? What are you doing still watching? Whoever you are, whatever you're going through, it gets better. But sometimes it only gets better when you shut down and you start making the right choices outside of your emotions and you start doing the best thing you can. And I've been reading a book lately called Fuck Feelings. And it states, it doesn't matter why you do something wrong. It doesn't matter what your motivation is. It doesn't matter. And I was watching my video and I actually got a little bit upset. Hold on. I got upset earlier because I could see a little thing in the way and it bugged me. It doesn't matter why you do things. It doesn't matter what the motivation behind it is. It doesn't matter what your feelings are. Make the right goddamn choice. Do the thing you know you should do. Because we are creatures of habit. And once you establish a new habit, that is the habit you will follow. It sounds and feels insanely difficult at first, but if you make it a thing that you just do, a decision you make, that you as a human being have control over. Am I going to do this? Yes or no? You make that choice. It's black and white, cut and dry. No questions asked. And the rest of your life doesn't have to be that way, but the decisions that you make have to be. Am I going to make the right one, or am I going to make the one that has led me down the same roads I've led up until this point? And honestly, in the last few weeks, last month actually, holy shit, it's been exactly a month to this day since it happened. I found out the person that I loved more than anything in this world left me waiting at home, believing a lie, while they, yeah. It's been rough, and I don't know if you guys can notice it, but there's been a physical change because of it. And I wouldn't ever recommend that as a preferred method of weight loss, but make the right choices. Make the hard ones. Make the ones. Just sometimes you got to reboot, and you have to just say, hey, you know what? I don't care what I want to do. I don't care what my body wants. I'm just going to do what I know I should do. I'm going to record these episodes. I'm going to eat less. I'm going to exercise more. I'm going to get out to more parties. I'm going to do the things that I know I should do because those are the habits that I want to get into, and we are creatures of habit. You get into a habit of something that feels good, and after a while something doesn't feel good. So you change it. And I've changed, and I feel so much better. And these tears are honestly more tears of joy because I'm starting to see that ultimately I have the choice, and ultimately the Josh that I was afraid I'd lost is still inside me. It just needs the right inputs, the right decisions to be made. So make them. Have an amazing night, guys. Thank you for watching. I think this is probably run a little long. Again, this will be in another video. I've dragged this one out a little bit too long. And I'm so glad you guys are still here. Whoever's watching, whoever's commenting, thank you. This has been the one, the only, the Azothan, with our last episode of Azeroth Wars for the year. I'm going to go ahead and save this now, upload it tomorrow. We should see it on the 23rd. Might upload a Legion TD, might let you guys see my little guest for the weekend. We'll see what happens. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for always understanding that this channel is both entertainment and sort of a live journal for myself. Hope you didn't keep watching if you weren't interested in oddness, weirdness, and uncomfortable emotionalness. Until next time, bye guys.